Hello, my name's Aaron Espindola,
And I'm Linda OJ.
and welcome to another episode of the Next Gen Business Podcast.
Let's go.
The Next Gen Business Podcast is produced by the Small Business Community Network. Visit them online at www.sbcncanada.org.
So, Aaron, it's lovely to see you, but I'm not going to waste time chatting with you tonight because we have the most amazing guest, and I'm so excited to introduce her. I'm going to read this because I haven't known her very well. So, Denisha Bruce, all the way from Montreal, a lovely young lady who is actually following our podcast, Aaron. That's where I found her. We got talking, and basically I thought she'd be wonderful guest for our listeners. Hello, Denisha. It's lovely to see you at last.
Hi, I'm so glad I'm here. Thank you so much for inviting me to this. I'm excited to talk about my brand. Yeah.
It's awesome to have you on.
So we've both looked at your wonderful website. I don't know if I'm saying it properly, brudenmode.com, and you have some amazing accessories, doesn't she, Aaron?
Yep. I mean, it's not really, the handbags aren't for me, but I definitely might pick up some sunglasses because I don't have any this summer.
Yes, exactly. And you said it correctly, too. A lot of people say it different ways, but Bruden is how you say it.
Okay, that is good to hear. So if I might go first with the questions, Aaron, what I wanted to ask you is, how did you manage to work on your business, and what kind of help did you get from your family?
Okay, so it started off like I started my business in December while I was still working full time at my job at the time. And my idea was, because I had a lot of money saved from my job, and I'm not the type of person to like just splurge on a bunch of random stuff because I'm very content with what I have. So I was like, okay, what can I invest in, like with all this money? So I was like, why not invest in myself? So then I told myself, I said, what are things that I'm passionate about? Because it has to be something that I believe in myself in order for it to succeed, right? So I told myself, I said, what's a market I can also satisfy while doing that? So I thought I love to have backpacks. I was never the type to wear handbags. I think I have one, and I used it once. And it wasn't me personally. It hurts my shoulders. It gets in the way when I'm picking stuff up. So I always prefer to buy like designer backpacks, kind of like Michael Kors or Donna Karan, all those different types of designer backpacks. So I was like, why don't I, instead of spending $200 on a backpack, I could put all my money towards creating my own backpack to satisfy the need that I'm sure many, many women have this problem of always having the handbag hurt their shoulder, right? So yeah, that was my initial thought. And I had put all the money, like I had spent all my money that I had saved up towards that. And then later on, a few months later, is when I actually launched it. And when I launched it, I told all my family about it. My family supports me so much. I'm so grateful for them, because without them, like I wouldn't have been able to do all of this, even the sunglasses. My parents, my dad especially, supported me so much. He told all his friends about my sunglasses. He works in the car industry, and he knows how to sell. He sold at least 20 to 20 people my sunglasses, even my backpacks. Even my backpacks, yeah. So my dad, my mom, my grandmother, those three people like really supported me in it. And they know I love backpacks. They know it's my thing. Yes.
Yeah. So I guess your company, I was looking at it, and there's a lot about the backpacks that you were talking about, like the purse backpack, I was assuming. What was like the biggest, I guess, obstacle that you had kind of starting that up? Was there any like unexpected things that you weren't really expecting that made it difficult?
Yeah. So
I'll give you an example. So for me, I do clothing and I do beachwear. So one of the things I didn't know was going to be so difficult was getting a manufacturer. So I don't know if that was the same struggle you had or.
Well, for me, I did a lot of research and I contacted a lot of people. And it's really funny because I think the third manufacturer I contacted, I didn't really know what I was doing. I drew like a little sketch of what I wanted. It was so bad. It was so bad. Like, I just drew whatever I saw. I took a picture from online of something that I liked the style, and I was like, okay, how do I make it my own? So I had all these arrows for the color and the zipper and everything, and it was a mess. Like, I could show you the photo. It's somewhere in my phone, but like it's really terrible. They actually helped me design it, like kind of like in a way, like how to like. I would tell them I wanted a certain way, and they would be like, okay, so we need to do this and that, and like they guided me is what I want to say. It was difficult though communicating with them. Because of the time difference, it was really like I would always have to talk to them at night, or it was. But other than that, I would say that it was a pretty smooth ride. The funny thing is, I never got a prototype.
Oh, God. This place is full order.
So everything was done online. So when I received my shipment, that was it, you know, like that there's no turning back. So I'm so grateful that everything turned out exactly the way I wanted it to be. And yeah, I have a very good relationship with my manufacturers. I asked for so many photos. I'm a very detail-oriented woman. I asked literally for the stitching, like everything. So it came out great, and yeah, I'm happy about that. Yeah.
My goodness, you were so happy. You were so joyful. You were so passionate. And to me, it's such an inspiration for our listeners to listen to someone express such joy at doing all the work you've been doing. My angel, may I ask you, did you go to university or college, or did you just skip that to jump straight into the business?
So I went to college for 3 years, fashion marketing. So pretty much, you know, starting your own brand, marketing it to people, things like that. So everything I learned, I'm doing right now. And then after my 3 years, because I did it from 2016 to 2019, I got a job where I had to relocate to Toronto. So I went to Toronto for about a year and a half for a manager position at a store. So I was there with that company for a while. And then we came back to Montreal. And then in December is when I started the brand. Yeah.
Congratulations. It's wonderful, isn't it, Aaron?
Oh, yeah. So I guess you started December. I think you're like at 179 followers on Instagram. How do you see yourself growing that page even bigger?
Marketing, definitely a lot of marketing. I've been going on YouTube, just trying to find the best way I could get followers organically. I do not want it. I don't want to pay for followers. It's not, you won't have real engagement. So definitely, I just made a TikTok account. I made a Facebook page. So having different social media platforms, posting consistently, I know will do great within time. I was also thinking of getting some people that I know, take some photos with the sunglasses in the bag, having them tag me, share it, to kind of get more like a different audience as well. Word of mouth is really big. A lot of people that I know have bought from me. So just, you know, asking them to spread the word. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, that was a good question.
I'll give you a little recommendation. I am finding good, I guess, results from TikTok videos if you just post ads, just because you don't have to pay for them and they still have a lot of reach. On Instagram, I find that It's literally like only shown to the people that kind of follow you, and if that's not a lot, Instagram won't push it as much. But then TikTok will actually push it out to a bunch of different audiences. And then if you do have a video that does do well, then you know that that video did well, and you can promote that on other social media platforms like Instagram or something like that. But yeah, definitely, the TikTok was a good idea to make.
Especially with your personality. You've got the most wonderful personality. I see you as being the brand because you are so lovely. What is it, though, about your backpacks that are different, that are unique, that people really love?
So yeah, I made sure that my backpacks differentiate from other backpacks that are out there. So there's two different things. So our different colored straps, they're always going to be different color from the actual backpack. I did some research and I didn't see any backpack that had that type of style. So I was like, okay, perfect. I can do that. Another thing is the invisible pocket that's just against your back that you could just slide your phone in. Most backpacks have the zipper, or it's the other way, and then you slide it in. But for mine, it's just you could just slip it in easily with your phone, your wallet, your AirPods, some change, and then you could take it out. It's good because it's against you, and you don't have to go into your backpack to get your phone, right? If you're just listening to music, for example, I know everyone has AirPods, like a lot of people have AirPods, but some people still have the cord, earphones, and you can still take your phone and slip it in the back and still have your cord hanging there. So it's easy for you to still listen to your music, even though you have an old type of earphones.
That's very well thought. It really is. So you actually sell from Instagram?
From Instagram, well, I wouldn't say I sell from there because I don't have the shop button yet because I need to grow bigger. But it's all through my website and word of mouth as well.
Well, Aaron.
For other people that are starting their own e-commerce site, how do you find? I guess you're using Wix.
Yeah. So I designed my entire website. It took me. I remember a few days before launching, I was on the computer for hours and hours of the day just trying to get it done. It was great. Like Wix is a great website to use. I feel like, I don't know, it's pretty easy for me. I don't know if it's because I studied this, but it was fun. There's so many different functions. I had so many different websites that I changed, like the different colors, the tones. And then it was only when I did the first photo shoot with a model that I had, where I figured out, okay, this is the tone I want of the website. Because before my website, I had put, it was like all purple. I don't know. I wanted to match the purple strap with the website. And then I was like, no, I need to figure out something else. And then I thought, why not have earthy tones? So I changed it to earth tones. Yeah.
Yeah, you put a lot of thought into it. You haven't just said to yourself, I want to start a business. So again, a lot of our listeners are at college, university, or just starting a business, Denisha. So everything you're saying, ticking my boxes, and every moment that you've taken to work hard to build this brand and this business, where do you see yourself going in 5 years, or where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I definitely see myself having more products because I only have the sunglasses and the backpacks. I am working on 2 new colors of the backpacks and they're on its way. So I'm excited for that. I definitely want to be living off of my business because right now I still work. So I definitely want to be independent with my business in 5 years. Yeah, I'm only 21, so I'll be 26 by that time. Yeah.
You have got so much time and you've started so... I am so proud of you. I really am. I wish I could reach out and hug you. I know Aaron wants to get to know you better because I found you on our podcast page, but I don't have much to do with that. Aaron has gained the followers. And I said, I found this lovely young lady who's a business owner. And I thought to myself, if it's okay with Aaron, why not interview? And a lot of people say no, they say, no, I'm too busy, I'm too shy. So, thank you so much for coming on. We're not finished yet. I just want to keep thanking you because you're amazing. And I know Aaron's got a lot more questions for you.
Yeah, I got another question for you. So, in your, I guess, industry, or just for you specifically with your business, how has COVID affected your like whole supply chain? Like, did it affect it at all, or?
I wouldn't say it affected it really, because a lot, like I said, a lot of it was word of mouth. A lot of it was family, friends, family. So I wouldn't say, because the thing is, I'm still trying to reach new people.
Mm-hmm.
It's only been, I launched April 5th. So May, June, like just below 3 months.
Okay.
And mostly it's family, friends, or family that are purchasing. A few people I don't know, but I really want to reach that wide market. So I can't really say COVID really affected me, because a lot of the people that bought, they know who I am.
But your website and everything's so professional, isn't it, Aaron? And the Instagram and your products are amazing. I have one daughter and I have 3 boys that are all young adults. And Melissa was looking at your websites and stuff as well. So maybe I'll treat her for Christmas, but don't tell her.
Thank you so much. I worked so hard on that website, but it was fun. I loved it.
You are just ticking all my boxes. I'm what they call the seasoned business owner. I've been in business many years now. But when I started 20 odd years ago, there was no social media. There was nothing to help me. I did it. Yeah. Yes, that's funny. I did it by having my personality and being a bit like you, my darling, and being honest and open, and not being, oh, I'm the best person in the world, being authentic. And that's where I see you, winning the battle. So some people say it's easy today because of social media, but you've already pointed out you've got to do more, you've got to work more, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. And Aaron's in the same kind of line of business, clothes kind of. So you know how difficult it is, don't you, Aaron?
Yeah, I kind of started a while back, but I put it on pause because I went back to school. So yeah, doing it now with COVID, it's really affected my business because it literally all the orders and all our manufacturers were delayed. So they had a lot of catching up to do. So I had to wait. I couldn't really sell or push marketing it that much. So for me in my industry, it kind of sucked.
So yeah, it was delayed by a few months. I would say a few weeks because it came by boat. It was cheaper. So I had done finalized the prototype in January. I believe it was January 15th. And then I actually received it, I think like a week before I had launched. So the end of March. So it took a very long time and I was so anxious and I kept checking like UPS and it just kept saying the same thing. And I was like, what? I called UPS like 30 times.
How did you find your manufacturer? Because you seem to be really lucky the way they work with you so well.
Yeah. I honestly, I went on Google, okay? I found 3 different companies and then I checked to see, like I messaged all of them and then I asked for their minimum order quantity and I sent them all the same designs and I kind of worked with the ones that were responsive and that were willing to kind of help me more, I would say. So I just felt a good vibe.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Responsive and more about you. Well, we're going to wrap it up in a minute, Denisha, but what I want you to do, please, is offer our listeners a couple of tips that if they now see this and listen and see you and go, wow, I want to start a business, what would be the first thing they've got to think about, like from your perspective?
The one thing I would say is don't give up. Please don't give up, because if you don't do this now, when are you going to do it? Stop pushing it back. Stop pushing it back. Do it now, because trust me, in the long run, nothing's going to happen quick. It's going to take a while. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. It's not happening. I'm telling you right now. Okay. It takes a long time and that's okay. You know, you're investing in yourself. That's the best investment you could ever make. So yeah, just keep pushing. And even if, you know, you don't, I've had days where I don't have orders, like straight up, you know, like I don't have it. And I'm not going to make myself feel like, you know, oh, maybe this is not going to work out. Maybe this is bad. Like just keep trying to find ways to market to different people. If you have to post 3 times a day, do it. Remind people about your brand. It's fine, It's like your little baby.
You are my poster girl. You are absolutely amazing, especially for such a young age. I find I'm not being horrible to the audience or to Erin or anyone, but the reason we started this podcast video is because I have a networking organisation as well as another business, and we wanted to get people Erin's age and your age more interested in knowing the benefit of networking, grabbing the opportunities like this offered to you, and how social media can work for you. So you really are my poster girl because you're ticking all my boxes. And I know Erin wants to ask one last question before we let you go.
Oh, one last question? Okay. Yeah, so I was wondering, because I know for myself I had a lot of difficulty with this, and I was wondering if you had the same issue with shipping. So when you're setting that up for your customers, so it'll be to your company, from your company, or your wherever you're shipping from to your customers, how did you figure that out? Was it difficult? Is there any tips, tricks you want to kind of give out, suggest?
Okay, so I'm going to be real about this, okay? I've had a couple of orders overseas in America. Those people that ordered it, I kind of messaged them personally, and I told them, this is the shipping fee if you want me to, ship it out. And they paid some of it, okay? Most of the other orders were literally in Montreal, and I hand delivered them.
Oh my goodness, you're amazing.
I live right there, I could just drop it off because my whole packaging is like a big box, and I could just, drop it by their doorstep, let them know your order is ready to pick up and it's there.
I have a quick.
Yeah, go.
So for your bags, I'm assuming the bag's the one that come in the box, right? Is there any way you could fit that in a poly mailer, sorry?
Okay, yes, actually yes.
Okay,
so yeah, when I shipped it over to the US, it would have cost me $60 in shipping to ship it with the box. So I was like, no, I'm sorry. I messaged him. I'm like, I'm sorry. I can't give you the packaging. The whole thing is going to be in a mailer. So they're like, okay, it's fine. Like I said, it's a lot of family friends. So I had found a big mailer and I shoved it in and then shipped it off.
You are definitely going to be ruling the world, my angel, because we've heard stories, and Erin has as well, about how people sell things from the back of the car, do anything to become successful. And you are doing all of those things. And
I do what I can.
Yeah, I just think you're amazing. And I know Erin does as well, don't you, Erin? This has been one of the best interviews ever.
I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to say.
Be honest with us. Did you, before you shipped it out, did you put a little perfume on it? I did. No. I did on my first one. Did? I did. It was the funniest thing ever, but they loved it. Sure. They loved it. They're like, it smelled so good. I'm like, yes.
Well, thankfully, nobody was allergic to your perfume. You bad boy.
Literally just thought about that. Yeah, damn.
I'm teasing you. He puts up with such a lot, Denisha. And also, you've come straight from work, so we really appreciate it. I've got to say goodbye to Denisha. Goodbye from me.
Okay, so yeah, for anyone that is listening to us, just make sure to check us out on YouTube at the Next Gen Business Podcast. That's the same handle for our Instagram account, and I believe we are also on Spotify. So, thank you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm so happy to have met you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks for listening. Check us out at www.nextgenbusinesspodcast.com.